Meet Denise Alber and her monthly stack of bills. Alber takes care of her 98-year-old mother, and while the cost of food and medicines have gone up, the family's income has not.
It's been very, very difficult to maintain the same standard of living. We have not maintained it. Some authors say there's a war on the middle class.
Alber's experience is contrary to new census data showing average American families saw their incomes rise by more than 5%, the most since 2007. But the Alber family is not the only one feeling left behind.
You used to have a bargain that you would have a job and your salary would grow through your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s when you'd retire, and you would have a secure retirement. I don't think it feels like that anymore.
Economists say it's that sense of betrayal that's behind much of the anger in this election cycle, some of it fueled by the fact that middle-class incomes have remained stagnant, while the wealthiest have prospered.
The top 5% is still the only group that has completely returned back to their 2000 levels. So they've made up lost ground. So there's inequality across the income distribution. And then, as you say correctly, there's inequality between groups. So racially, gender, there's many different disparities that still exist in our society.
Some economists blame the wide income gap on political dysfunction. One example, says poverty rights advocate Maria Foscarinis, is that Washington spends millions more on putting people in jail than lifting them out of poverty.
And it really is a waste of resources. There are studies now that show that it's more cost-effective to house people than to criminalize them because they're living on the street, which is what is happening right now in many communities around the country.
That Washington dysfunction is one of the reasons why many believe the next election is so important. But Denise Alber isn't hopeful.
In terms of the economy or politics, I'm very despondent in that regard. I don't think either candidate will help the middle class.
Arcega, VOA News, Washington.